Hello class, my name is Samir and today I'll be talking about video games versus health. Video games have been a part of my life ever since I was young. I started off on the Leapfrog until I was old enough to play the PlayStation 2, which is where I developed my love for gaming. I've met many friends online and even gone closer with my current friends through our mutual appreciation for the activity. I often work, I go to school, and on top of other hobbies, I find that even taking a short break to play the video game goes a long way in providing stress relief. And growing up, I've heard that video games are unhealthy and a distraction. And while I do think these ideas have weight to them and are definitely true in some circumstances, the three main reasons I disagree with this is because of the several mental health benefits that gaming provides, its irrelevance to developing violent tendencies in young audiences, and there are ways to prevent it from being unhealthy and a distraction. Which brings me to my first point. Video games actually do provide several mental health benefits and does not rot the brain. And people believe this because it is like television, gaming involves sitting in front of the screen for a certain duration. But what differs video gaming from watching television is the interaction between the player and the game, which is what stimulates the brain. And an article from WebMD actually says that playing video games can help develop problem-solving skills, reaction timing, social interaction, and stress relief. My next point, which is violence, the way violence is portrayed in video games. And like some video games like Grand Theft Auto are notorious for, over glorifying violence. And people believe that because that gamers can take control of this character that is doing all these violent things, that it fulfills some kind of fantasy and kind of promotes them to have more violent tendencies in their day-to-day life. But it actually goes deeper than that. Even former President Donald Trump has linked video games to the increasing amount of tragic mass shootings that have occurred over the past couple of years. Actually, a 2014 article from CBS News says that violence is actually developed from one's childhood, especially those involved with poverty, substance abuse, and child abuse. And finally, my last point, gaming will only be a detriment and unhealthy and a distraction if it is, and it's only these things if it is consumed at unhealthy levels, which is playing video games for regularly more than 5 hours a day. And like most things, video games should only be consumed in moderation, or it does have the risk of being an addiction. Fox News even says that excessive gaming will lead to anxiety, sleep deprivation, and depression. And this can actually be remedied quite simply by, finding other hobbies to indulge yourself in, just knowing when to put the controller down, and overall just limiting the day-to-day use of playing video games. In conclusion, video games can continue to be a mentally beneficial hobby that provides that brain-stimulating break from the hardships of life, but the mental health benefits can only be reaped if you know when to put the controller down, you limit your day-to-day use of it, and you just regularly consume it at just low levels. And while I do think parents should encourage their kids to play video games, and if they do, I believe that they should monitor the levels to make sure that their child doesn't become a game addict, but if they do continue to monitor these things, then it actually will provide those social and mental health benefits for the child that they can take as long as they live. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.